Now I know this is not very festive and it's kind of a bit sad. I'm going to talk to you about my experience of toxic relationships and blackmail in relationships and how I got out of that. I'm not going to focus on the relationship itself because I don't want to go into that, but I'm going to tell you how I got out of it. So if you are in this situation or your friend is and you want to give them some advice, New Year might be the perfect time to sort of give them that boost of motivation to sort out their situation for the better and get out of that toxic relationship. So a toxic relationship, or a relationship that uses blackmail, is anything, could be a friend, a boyfriend, a family member, anyone that makes you question your values or makes you feel uncomfortable in your own skin. You might not realise that you're in a relationship like this. They might not realise that they are putting you under this sort of pressure, but it's still a negative relationship and it still needs to be fixed. There is the temptation to sort of hope that they'll get better, to try and stick with it and hope that it'll sort itself out, or feel like if you persist with it then it'll just naturally get better over time. But that often doesn't happen and you can get sucked into it and it will just spiral for however long you put up with it, really. The way I got out of my toxic relationship is, well, you might call this running away, but I moved to the other end of the country, and although this may be running away from the situation, which it kind of was, it also gave me that space to sort of see the issues. Like, friends had told me about this relationship and I completely agreed with them. They told me about the blackmail and I completely agreed with them. I could see it myself, but I still stuck with it because I thought it would get better with time. I thought I could fix it. I thought that if I persisted with it, eventually it would get better. So yeah, when I moved away, and this doesn't, if you're applying this to your own situation, you don't have to physically move house. You can just try and distance yourself from that person, whether it be through seeing other people or just not seeing them, cutting off all contact. Because that's the thing with these people is, although they might not realise they're doing it, they manipulate you into it's sort of like an addiction almost. Like, you feel like if you're speaking to them or if you're, texting them or whatever, any contact like that is like you're still attached. This is really difficult to explain, but the easiest way to do it is to completely cut all contact. And it's hard because where I lived, it was a small town, so I could quite easily bump into them, which I didn't want to do because that would have just made it awkward and, it would have been difficult. So if you are able to move away, like going to uni is a great example of being able to get away from your situation, or distancing yourself from that. That is a good start, because although it's hard and it's painful and you will cry and they will shout at you and they will accuse you of everything under the sun and call you every name under the sun, you've got that distance. So you can sort of see the light at the end of the tunnel and you can meet other people and make more friends and see that you're worthy as a person on your own. You don't need to be with this person that's been making you feel that way. And once you've realised that you are worthy as a person by yourself, then great, hurrah. And also you can sort of see your other alternatives. You can see other friends you can make, other relationships you can have, other opportunities that might not have been open to you at the time because they were putting you down or telling you weren't worth it. That was quite hard to talk about, actually. So although you might not be able to physically move away, distancing yourself from that person is the best thing you can do, at least as a first step. Obviously that's hard in different situations. I don't know all of your situations if this is you, especially if you live with them or if there's children involved or anything like that. I'm not saying it's going to work for everyone, but for me that's how I did it. So I hope this has been useful in some way and you can sort of apply my situation as a success story to your own situation and try and sort of break that. The reason I'm including this in my advent calendar of videos is because it is approaching New Year's, and that's a good time, or like after Christmas, that's a good time to sort of kick yourself up the bum or give your friend a good talking to and get them to break that cycle. So yeah, I hope this has helped in some way. If you'd like me to talk more about this sort of area and topic, then I would gladly do so if I can help people. Ask me any questions you want to in the comments or private messages or any means of communication. I've got all my links for all my social media in the description box. And I will see you in tomorrow's video, guys. Bye.